I'm just checking on some of my seedlings. I'm playing with the dog. So I sowed these on Friday. These were my video on YouTube for Friday. These are zinnias, and look, they are already appearing. Very exciting. I also sowed the wallflowers, and there is one already. And I thought I saw another one somewhere. Sure, I saw another one. Then in here, tiny tip there. So there's 2 wallflowers already coming up. The beans are starting to push themselves out of the soil surface, so I know they're coming. And I finally realised where I sowed the second lot of squash, accidentally in the same pot as the sunflowers. So these 4 are sunflowers, and that is a squash, and that is a squash. So I'm going to have to prick them out, because otherwise they'll take over the world. It's lockdown day, so these incubators make it super easy to lock down. So just take this out, take this out. It's got stuck to some eggs. Come on. Oh. Okay, maybe it's not so easy when you have a sticky thermometer in there. Now you'll all notice there's only 1 egg. This was full of Barber Denver eggs. They were all unfertile, and it's really difficult having a lone chick. This is an Ixworth egg, just to check the fertility. So because Coturnix quail only take 16, 17 days to hatch out, I shoved them in with this Ixworth egg that was a few days old already. So I'll just put some water in these sponges. The sponges are there to stop the quail drowning themselves, because I've heard they like to do that. And there we go. We are all ready. Today I'm finally getting lettuce out. This is lamb's lettuce. It's grown really well in here, so it's time to get it into this bed. This is the old spinach bed which the chickens ate. So the soil has been really well watered. These have been well watered. It's absolutely boiling today, and so it's really important with lettuces in particular to keep them really moist during the growing season, because otherwise they'll get stressed and they'll go to seed. You'll also find if you don't keep them wet and well watered, the leaves tend to come out more bitter. So these are going to go in. I'm going to space them really, really tightly along there. And just to show you guys the salad bowl red lettuces, they are coming on really tremendously. So I'll actually be able to start harvesting them any day soon, which is rather wonderful. No, these aren't dead chickens. They are having a, well, we've got one little group over there having a sunbathe. And then we've got another group over here having a dust bath. Now they never dust bath where you want, because actually this is their dust bath, and this is where I have all my diatomaceous earth and the stuff to kill lice. But do they actually dust bath in there? No. They dust bath down here. Hens will be hens, but they are loving it. Loving the sunny weather. I just wish they would start to feather up again after the lockdown. I've got quite a few naked heads still. This is my Samani pullet, still a naked head. Partly because of the boys being too robust, but I wish they would start to feather up. Oh, the joy of livestock and chickens. So today I've noticed a couple of bloody poos from their chicks, which in hens is no bad thing because hens periodically flush out some of their digestive tract, but in chicks it can be signs of a fatal thing. So I'm basically sat here today, I've turfed the chicks out onto some concrete, and I'm sat watching as each one poos. And if it poos clear, I'm picking them up and putting them inside, and I'm just checking it, because although I've spotted 3 of these dodgy poos, I've not spotted who's actually done them. So today I'm basically sat watching and working out who's ill, if anybody is ill. And now there is a couple of them that are hunched up, but that's because it's kind of cold out here. But they are all still eating and drinking, and you can see they all look okay. But I'm worried. Be okay, little ones. Don't be ill. Don't die. Well, today I'm taking stock of my dahlias, so they're all in pots, and I'm just looking them over. I haven't got that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got a couple of these dark leaf foliage ones, which are really nice. There are actually some buds starting to form, which is uber early. You can see though that I have already snapped this one out once already because it was going mad. And actually I've put some out. So there are 2 here that are already out in the beds, and I've snapped them out already. Well, ages ago actually. You can see right down here, that's where I snapped it out originally, and now already we are getting flowers, which is crazy. We're not even in June yet. So I'm just watering and checking everything's healthy, squishing aphids, and enjoying this weather. It's hatching day, everybody. So if you remember, we've got one little Ixworth baby. It's literally just hatched out. The other eggs were infertile, so I shoved in some quail eggs as well because I didn't want to have a single chick, because raising a single chick is not a good thing. So although they won't be his species and they'll be much smaller, at least there will be some other babies with him or her. So that has just hatched a few moments ago, and I was wondering when the quails were going to hatch, but there is movement. This egg here has a tiny little hole in it. This egg here has a tiny little hole in it. So I put them in purposely several days after the chicks started incubating so that they'd hatch out at the same time. So hopefully in a few hours we may have quail babies as well, but for now we have a lovely little Ixworth that's just starting to recover from that strenuous hatching process.